Am I on again?
You are on.
A lot of people say I'm off, but that's another subject. Anyway, we were talking, I'm not sure where this is going to be fitting. My friend Dave's here, and he's the guy who does all this video stuff later on. We do it here, then we give it to Dave, and he fixes it up. So far, he hasn't made me look handsome. I keep telling him to make me look handsome, but he says there's nothing he can do about that. Anyway, and the movies I make, they always, they do it, When I made The Outlaw Josie Wells, remember that? And that was a good one. I think I looked pretty good.
You look good in that one.
I was the horse. Anyway, I'm not sure. We were talking on the other tape or on the other video about looking at things a little differently. When people talk about tone woods and they talk about, the EMG pickups and this, I want an active circuit and a whammy bar and sparkle finishes and that ever popular word. Oh, actually there's two words that are super popular. Two of the most disgusting words in the English language as far as I'm concerned. Sustain. And then the ultimate, how do you get sustained? Tone woods. Bullshit on both of those. Ain't nobody going to tell you what a bass is going to, or a guitar is going to sound like, because it's just their opinion. If I told you that, it would be my opinion. So get real, folks. What you should be looking for, and what these guys who build these perfect instruments should be thinking about is, where in the hell are you going to put the bridge? You can control that, and most of these people aren't controlling that at all. They're so busy talking about tone woods, and you get an active circuit, you'll get this, and if you do this, if you put this kind of a heel block on, you're going to add this, or you're going to take that away. I remember one of those yahoos who talks about sound all the time. I'm not going to mention their names. They all know who they are. All they have to do is look in the mirror and ask themselves some serious questions. They'll find out who they are. And if they don't get the right answers, I would suggest getting another mirror. That's for damn sure, because they're there. When you go into a music store, and you're getting ready to buy an instrument, or you're just looking around. In fact, I would suggest just doing this. Just do it. Walk into any guitar center, any Sam Ash, Manny's, any place in the world where your local music store. Don't take a ruler with you. Don't do none of that. And don't take any of your thoughts about, oh, gee, I want something with a hot pickup, or I want the gold finish. Get rid of all those things and just do this. Put your hands behind your back and walk around, and the guitars and basses that are hanging up, don't put your eyes on what kind of a pickup it is or what kind of a finish it is. Put your eyes right here at the end of the fingerboard. I guarantee you, this is a perfect example of what I was talking about on the other video. And this is not a freaky thing. This is standard as far as I'm concerned. All those years, Danny Armstrong's, Eddie Dio and I, we replaced and reset more bridges and more moving pickups around to get everything centered. If you take a look at this without getting a ruler out, just look at it. Pete, you got it real close here? Mm-hmm. Over here, there's that much space. Over here, there's this much space. Now, it may not mean a whole lot to you guys because you got an EMG pickup and you got tone woods. Screw all that. The bridge is in the wrong place. The instrument is a bad instrument. It's gonna, whenever you play, I've got people come in and say, well, Carl, I'm playing my bass or I'm playing my guitar, and when I play the string, it falls off the fingerboard. No kidding. Of course it's going to fall off. It's right on the edge. It's either that side, and sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes it looks like this. And I'm not talking about Rickenbackers. I'm talking about a lot of instruments. I would say the Fender Stratocaster is notorious for that. I think when they designed that guitar, I think the bridge should have been made narrower because, or what would have been easier would be to make the neck a little wider down here, because when you those guitars are notorious for that. The bridge is set this way, and the neck is over here. So when the strings come out, they got to go out like this, causing either this or that. And that's, to me, that's very important. How the instrument actually feels when you pick it up and play it is much more important than having an EMG pickup. No, and Rob, I'm sorry, I love you, man. You make the best pickups around. They're great pickups, and I love everything you do. But a lot of people talk about, hey, I want to put an EMG and they'll do this and they'll do that. It's not going to do anything if the bridge is in the wrong place, you know. I think Rob's one of the best pickup makers. Him and Kent Armstrong, Larry DiMaggio. I've known those guys forever. Oh, Bill Barlini, everybody. But seriously, folks, I would start looking at some things. Like on the other video that we have here, Dave, I did a thing with the truss rod. I was showing, we have the one here that rattles. I was showing that. All of that stuff is much more important than, is it made out of swamp ash or whatever you're going to think it's going to work for you. You know, it's not. Of course, ultimately is sit down and practice a few hours a day. I mean practice. I'm going to be doing a video very soon. I'm going to do that. Not that I'm the greatest player in the world by any means, but I've been playing a long time and I've been a professional most of my life. And there are things that I think I can maybe help a lot of you people with as far as how to practice and what to practice. And we're going to do that soon. Right now we're going to close because Dave has to go, and we're going to give him this card and he's going to transfer it into his computer, and